I'm back. Sorry, it's been a long time. I think it's been like 3 years? Anyway, who's counting, am I right? Didn't really have the capacity to do this, I'm not gonna lie. I was doing my master's degree, but it doesn't matter because I'm back now. And I thought, do you know what? Why not talk about things that I'm loving right now? So here are my March favourites. I'm sort of splitting this into categories. I've got books, skincare, makeups, like perfumes, exhibitions. If you're living in London, I've been to so many really good ones. Podcasts, films, just things that I've been enjoying because I feel like I've been trying to consume, well, I mean, you can read my Substack post about intentions if you want. I didn't do New Year's resolutions. I just set myself a word of what I wanted to live by for the year. And that word is intention. Is what I'm doing intentional? Is that extra drink that I'm about to order at the bar was what intended to happen tonight? Do you know what I mean? I mean, obviously, doesn't always go how I plan. I hope you're all fab. Say hi in the comments if you are still here. Sorry for making you wait such a long time. Quite a few of you have messaged me being like, when's the next YouTube video coming? And I've never been able to say when because I didn't know if there was going to be another one, but I just thought, it, like, let's have some fun. Bring back fun. Let's get into it. March favourites. It's spring. The sun is shining. That's my biggest one. So I'm going to start with books because I feel like these are the most rogue. Yeah, they're quite rogue, but stick with me. I'm reading 3 books at the moment. I'm trying to do a non-fiction, a fiction, and a poetry book all at once, which sounds like a lot, but it just basically means if you get bored of one, you can move on to the other, and it's not like you're trying to remember 2 stories. Well, you kind of are, but it's, do you know what I mean? So non-fiction, for all of my queer history girlies out there, this is incredible. It's one of the best history books I've read. And I'm trying to tell you what to read. That's crazy. The Hidden History of Gay Oppression in the USSR, Red Closet by Rustam Alexander. It's kind of a dramatization, like it's real, it's obviously all based on facts, and he writes in the introduction that he wrote a dissertation that was super like inaccessible, but then he wanted to write a book that everyone could read, not just academics, which I'm really enjoying because it means that you're sort of experiencing history without having to like delve into all the jargon. It's basically a collection of short stories that he's gathered from court cases, police reports, KGB reports, and I did my dissertation on Russian architecture. This is a bit later in history, but like I think maybe my morbid fascination with it is because, you know, obviously I'm so I'm probably never going to go to Russia, so I'm like, I want to know loads about it sort of thing. But about halfway through now, some of it's a bit slow, I'm not going to lie. But when you persevere, there are some incredible and like really touching stories that are like quite sad, but also really beautiful. And it's all about like being queer in the face of, you know, obviously Stalin. And a lot of it's not that dissimilar to what's going on now. So I think it's quite interesting to read up about it. But yeah, Red Closet. Now this poetry book, Don't Leave Me This Way, also the name of an amazing song. Don't leave me this way. Actually I've just picked it up. My boyfriend Henry, shout out Henry, he studied comparative literature at uni, and he loves poetry, and it was one of my things that I wanted to do this year was to understand it more, because I did English A-level, but you know, enjambment, I don't know. I don't know loads about it, so I want to know more, because he's got into buildings, you know. A brick's a brick, but a poem is a poem. First of all, I think it looks gorgeous. It's a collection of poems that all centre around sort of the HIV/AIDS crisis. They're beautiful and they are sad and they are intense and they are sometimes uncomfortable, but like mainly beautiful, and I've really enjoyed reading them, and it's one of the first poetry books that I've read this year, and not felt that it was a chore. Maybe it's because it's something that I'm quite interested in as an era. It's what I wrote my second dissertation on. So yeah, I feel like because I'm trying to get into it, I needed something that was in my wheelhouse. Now, the other one I don't have with me because I'm not carrying 3 books around with me. I'm not crazy. And that is, I Want That Twink Obliterated. And it is a really good collection of short stories that are like sci-fi, queer. It literally says on the blurb that it is about femboy spaceship captains and literal demon twinks. I think it's like horror, fantasy, sci-fi. It's sort of based on like pulp fiction. Not the bull. I think from like the 70s, like space operas, that sort of thing. But they said in the introduction that a lot of that was centered around sort of like misogyny and sometimes racism and homophobia, and they're basically like reclaiming that space, and it's so good. It's really well written, it's really well edited and put together. I'm really enjoying reading it, and yeah, I would absolutely recommend it. It's such a fun, engaging read. Like, all the different stories are really fab. There's one that I'm reading at the moment, and I'm trying to remember what, oh my God, it's got such a funny first line, and I don't have the book with me, but I want to tell you it. Do you know what? When I edit this, I'm going to put a voiceover here, and I'm going to read you the first line of the first story, because it is so funny. So pause for first line. The great stone phallus thrust from the fetid earth of the swamp, 10 foot high and veined in liana, its fat, rounded glands mist polished and worn. Good Lord, ejaculated Lord Roland Moss, adding in a needless bluster, what the devil is it? I'm sure that's really funny, ha ha ha. But yeah, 10 out of 10 would recommend. So that's my 3 books that I'm reading at the moment. I'm trying to do like 2 or 3 books a month, because I did not read enough last year. I think I read 4 books and 2 of them were romantasy, so I don't even know if that really counts, to be honest. Next up, I've got some skincare. I've got skincare and makeup. So makeup, I'm still using the same. I can link below how to my passport photo makeup, which is obviously heavy, but I use all the same products. But the only thing that I have been using that is slightly different is this. It's from Pleasing, it's Harry Styles' brand, and it's big lip and cheek, and it's basically a blusher. Kind of see it there, I've only used it a little bit. Like if I, you know when they say like desert island discs, if I had like desert island makeup, like if I could have one thing that I would always wear, it would be blush. I always wear blush. Not always, but if I'm going to wear one thing, it's going to be a blusher, and that one's really good, and I really like it. Milk is what I use normally, and I think that is still my go-to. This is a bit darker. Peachy Cheeked. It's really nice though, it's a really good formula. And yeah, it just looks really nice. It's quite glowy, it's nice for summer. Skincare. I've always been a die-hard fan of the La Roche-Posay Effaclar, like foaming cleanser. And I've used it since I was 16, so like 10 years. But in the last year, I've been using the Elemis Pro Collagen Marine. I think that's what it's called. I don't have it with me because it's a cleanser. Well, I'm not going to bring that about with me. But I'll put a picture there, I guess. Oh my God, you can't see Miffy. There you go. I've gone through 2 bottles. So, I mean, the proof's in the pudding. I love it. But, so that's really good. I think it's just a bit of a step up from the La Roche-Posay. I feel like my skin's not that much different. I'm aware I'm getting older, my body is changing, and I'm not going to apologize for that, but I need to start using other products that can keep up with my collagen depletion. Speaking of which, this here is, I think this is my like secret weapon. Like I can't tell you how much this has like transformed my skin. This is the Bioma Phyto-Mucin, which is basically like, in a lot of Korean skincare they use like snails, slug mucus, which sounds really gross, and it is. Luckily this is Phyto-Mucin, so it's vegan, and it's basically that you use it and it's just really good to make your skin glow. It's kind of like I use this and vitamin C because my skin looking dull is sort of like the area that I'm trying to improve of my skin, because it always looks, especially in the winter, it just looks quite grey. And then this is probably the skincare that I've been using for the longest. Now that I don't use La Roche-Posay anymore, my old housemate when I was doing my undergrad introduced me to this. It's the Aesop Fabulous Face Oil, and that was when I was about 20. So I've been using this for about 8 years now, and it's really good. I use it at night because apparently I only found this out a while ago, so I've been using it wrong for ages, but it still works. I use it at night because apparently if you use it in the day, it like cancels your SPF. If you want more info on the skincare that I use, I can do a video on that, but for now, these are my 3 faves, okay? Fragrance. So I actually got invited. Labo has been a client that I've wanted since I started making content, honestly. Like, I think their fragrances are beautiful. I will be honest, I would never be able to afford them myself. It's not in my budget, but it's something that I've always wanted. I've always had friends that have worn a Labo, and they're just gorgeous perfumes. And they released this one called Eucalyptus, and they kindly gifted it to me at their event. It's incredible. It's one of the nicest fragrances I've ever smelt in my life. I'm actually just going to read you the description because I can't. This is good copy. This is high quality copy here. This is the inspiration for Eucalyptus 20, the unambiguous scent of vastness where the freshness of eucalyptus and cedarwood is softened by the leathery warmth of labdanum and grounded on a bed of musk. Give that person a raise. That is good. And it does smell like that. Anyway, this one blew my mind. It's called I Don't Know What by DS and Durga. And the reason why it's called I Don't Know What is because I have no idea how this smells. But when I tell you, I've never had so many compliments on a perfume in my life. Like, I think the idea of it is that it's meant to, it says on here actually like fragrance / enhancer. It's meant to like blend with your scent, and it's different for each person. My friend that introduced this to me, Ollie, shout out Ollie, I got it because I hugged him and I was like, what the is that? Like, what is that? And he was like, I don't know what. And I was like, now obviously it's funny, but at the time I was like, just tell me. Something else that I've been really obsessed with is my new journal. Ooh, I know, I've become that girl. I had a kombucha earlier today as well. Bit on the nose, isn't it? But this is my journal, and it's Le Voyageur from Paper Republic, and it's one of these ones where it's got like loads of different notebooks and sketchbooks inside, because I've got so many projects going on all the time, and I'm really enjoying journaling at the moment. I've been doing the artist's way, like every bitch and Dochi, and it's nice just to have it all in one place, to be honest, and it does just look really good. It matches my camera case, and it's just quite chic. But I'm sorry, I feel chic pulling this out of my bag. I want a journal on the train because I want to. This in my back pocket is like Jacob Elordi tea. It just is. But yeah, I love that. I've got graph paper in there. I've got plain ruled paper. I've got a sketchbook, and it just all goes in my bag. Speaking of which, another one of my March favorites is my handbag. I didn't get this month, and it's been my favorite thing since I got it in November. I've just not really spoken about it. This is my Coach Brooklyn bag. It's in the oxblood color. I've never owned a designer bag before, and people are probably going to tell me that Coach isn't designer. It's like mid-level or whatever, but sorry, I can't spend £3,000 on a bag. So this for me is designer, and it's the nicest bag I've ever had, and I love it so much. It's perfect. It's perfect for every day. It fits everything in. It has a clasp on it. Obviously it's patinaed. Like this has seen a Lime bike basket. Let me tell you, this poor girl, she's been through a lot, but she looks great still, and I think it looks nice with a little bit of wear. Like, I didn't want to get a bag that I'd be worried about, you know, putting it on the floor or like throwing it around. Like, I'm sorry, I move too quick. Like, I'm doing too much all the time for me to be worried about. Some exhibitions that I've been to see in London that I've absolutely loved. Obviously, the Lee Bowery exhibition. I've actually got some postcards. Yes. I mean, everyone's going to say the Lee Bowery exhibition just because it is, you know, I think it's very London-centric. It's queer. It's really fun. I think it's going to make people... like, it's going to make some people uncomfortable. It's going to make some people really comfortable and like quite affirming. And it's one of the best curated exhibitions I've been to in London in a long time. It's really good. I've also been to the Museum of Transestry. That was amazing, really cool, very sort of like DIY, just really well done and really beautifully curated. Incredible to see the work that's been done all across the country. Activism, sort of like stories of trans lives. It's really beautiful. And then Pete Hajar at Ravens Row? I don't know, it's in like Liverpool Street, which I was kind of gagged, like, what? Anyway, I just didn't think that part of London was where like a really amazing niche exhibition was going to be, but you know, I don't know nothing. So, but I studied him during my dissertation in my master's, and I think it's only until the 6th of April, and I'm probably going to take a week to edit this. So if it's too late to go and see it, I'm sorry, but do some research into him. Pete Hajar and also David Wozniak is. It's Wojnarowicz. Sorry, girls. I've butchered that spelling. You know what I mean. But check them out. Incredible New York artists in the 70s and the 80s during the AIDS epidemic, and just was a really beautiful and like quite intense. It's all photography. He's a photographer. It's all black and white. It's all medium format, sort of square photography. All very sort of almost journalistic, but also voyeuristic, about sort of gay life on the piers. and sort of queer lives, trans people, drag queens, gay men, sex. Yeah, there was so much to see, and it was really amazing, and I loved it. So yeah, if there's enough time, go and see it. But if not, I'm sorry, and just Google them, because if you didn't know about them, they're amazing. Films. Oh my God, films. Henry got a movie subscription, praise God. They've just done a 4K re-release of this amazing film called The Fall. How can I describe it? It's like a surrealist fever dream. It's all about this girl who's in a hospital and this guy that's in a hospital, and the story is told sort of autobiographically of this man that's injured through these characters that he tells this really young girl, like this incredible story, and the colours are incredible, the story is incredible, the cinematography is insane, the sets are gorgeous, it's like on location everywhere around the world. It's beautiful. I've not seen a film like it in my life. 10 out of 10 recommend. It was one of the only films I've given 5 stars on Letterboxd for in ages. And the next film I'm going to talk about as well is called Great Freedom. It's a film based in Germany during like the post-war era, I think like the 50s. And it's all about how, you know, it's sort of queer people being moved from concentration camps straight into prison, which a lot of people don't know. Like when I've told my friends about this film, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. Like, yes, that happened. Queer people who were in concentration camps got moved directly to prisons in Germany. And this is the only time that I've really seen it in even a film setting. So it was quite like very eye-opening. It's also about like people who got arrested for being gay in like the 50s before the whole gay liberation movement. Yeah, it was amazing. So The Fall and Great Freedom, I'll link them below. Follow me on Letterboxd as well if you want to, because I'm always watching films. When I first met my boyfriend, he's the film buff. He knows what he's talking about. I'm just dragged along for the ride. So, and thank God, because my favorite film when I first met him was like the Jimmy Neutron movie and maybe like Footloose and Zoolander. So, and TV, I've been loving Yellowjackets, obviously White Lotus. Oh my, See No Evil, Myra Hindley, Ian Brady, like dramatization biopic from Myra Hindley's sister's perspective. It was made in 2006 and it's really good. It's just gone on Netflix now, so watch that. Also wanted to talk about something else that I've been loving. Line Bikes, 1, 2. What I do on Line Bikes is I listen to podcasts, and the podcast that I'm listening to loads at the moment is Still Ugly. It's Mark and Amanda from Ugly Betty, and they basically are just like rewatching all the episodes and talking about it, and it is like the cutest thing ever. I love them so much. I remember when I was listening to the first episode, I was running through Clissold Park. I was like smiling like an idiot, and I was like, if anyone who I knew saw me right now, I was literally running through the park like. But it's amazing. And also, I thought I would just like throw in my Architect of the Month, because why not? It's Ricardo Bofill. I mean, I've been a fan of his work since I was at uni, but the like atelier that he's sort of left behind now that he's unfortunately passed away have just released a design for a hotel in Albania. I want to go and stay there. I'm just quite obsessed with this like Catalan brutalism that he's obviously so famous for, things like Walden 7. Ding. Hope you enjoyed that. Kind of weird just talking to the camera, but I feel like that's what all the hot girls are doing right now, right? But yeah, so they were my faves. If you have any questions, if you want to see more of this, let me know. If you want to see anything similar, skincare, fragrance, books, I don't know. I don't think that, you know, I think me being on Book Talk is going to be given square shape, circle hole, but I love to read, even though it's sometimes a bit forceful. I really do. But thanks so much for watching. If you've got this far, if you did, let me know in the comments below, because we probably should be best friends or something. But I will see you next time. Who knows, might be for April favourites, but it might be for something more interesting sooner. So ciao. Bye.